Okay, now then for finals, we're gonna have KT versus LM here for IVT Winter 2023. It's going to be acrobating fourth stop. We're gonna be seeing our opera singer here by the entrance to fourth stop, I guess, between 10th and fourth stop. And of course, Wilding in middle, Lawyer in two-story, and the Cordy will of course be at first stop here. So we're gonna go for the acrobat first shades. Acrobat first shades may not be too bad, but once again, it's just a little bit more. Well, actually, no, it's not similar to Patient, because even if Acrobat is near Opera Singer, it doesn't really matter on that side note as well, since his animation when it comes to ball activation is quite fast. So I don't think Opera Singer will be able to get a hit as long as Acro can time his balls properly here. But overall for E-Dash, it does seem like Cordy's Cypher Machines will be locked first. Now then, on towards the band picks we go. It will be Gardner here alongside with First Officer, first two bands, followed up by our Mercenary and Prospector. Survivor side, what matters here is, I'd say for them getting a tie wouldn't be the hardest. But of course, with Lawyer on the field right here, not going after Lawyer first may be a bit hard, especially with the fact that Opera Singer can catch up to Lawyer pretty fast in that sense as well. Then on towards the game we go. We do seem like we're going to be going straight towards Acrobat first. On Acro's side, he does have to be careful as well with the shadow forms that has been left behind by Opera Singer. But it seems like we're going to TP here a little bit early, but it seems like it's just on time here for E-Dash's side. I do think as well on LM's Survivor side, could have been a little bit more patient on that as well, especially with the fact that there were still shadows left behind by the Opera here. But of course, with 30 seconds remaining on the clock here for Blink, we do see the Acrobat still trying to play mind games, but we are going to be able to go straight towards this roundabout area right now for the next chase. But even with that on mind, two pallets here nearby to use around, but these two pallets, it's more or less just Red Ball wanting to cancel everything, but it doesn't seem like he'll be able to do so. For Persona wise, it's going to be Trump Card Detention here, alongside with Wanted Order, one stack of Destructiveness and Panic, if I'm not wrong. Now, Cypher Machines wise, it's very slow. It's a 50-second containment. Really, it's a 50-second containment because Blink is just ready now. And our Wildling is still out and about as well. But for E-Dashi here, guaranteeing a tie is definitely possible, especially with the fact that our Acrobat here doesn't really have any borrowed time. But I mean, for survivors to bring personas like these, they are trying to go for the time and not the win, especially against Opera. Anyways, that's going to be the... We're going to be chasing after the white. We could Blink Wildling here for a double down situation because Acrobat's kiting potential is a little bit low here. But it does seem like we are going to be able to get out of the way. But against Opera Singer, Mudball isn't going to be able to do much, sadly. It really isn't going to be able to do much. Now, you may be able to play a little bit of mind games here and there, but even without... Oh, never mind. We could potentially use Blink now since we're wasting quite a bit of time, but I guess on Survivor side... Oh, Acrobat, nice side step, but still 3 ciphers remaining right now, but who's going to be the one that comes in the rescue? It could be Cordy. Cordy's already making her way through right now, but Excitement is ready to go as well, so that's a small issue there on the Survivor side. It does seem like either she kind of realizes where Cordy is, so we're going to go straight towards this nearby area. And Cordy already pulling distance here. Okay, overall not bad. We do see that Wildling wants to go into rescue. We're going to be able to get the TP back here immediately as well. But we pushed Cordy out far enough till the point that she can't make it here comfortably on time. But with this, going out like this, it seems like a coordinator is going to make it. I don't know what Idashi's plan here was, but with a TP back here, it's still going to be a manageable rescue here on Cordy's side. It's just about enough, but she could have played a little bit more safer there as well on that side note. Now, with that no damage rescue, it did bring back quite a lot of momentum here from the Survivor side. We got a gun as well, which allowed ICQ to pull a little bit more of a distance away. One more extra fireball remaining. That's going to be a pallet speed boost because the pallet here has not been destroyed. And seems like more or less for Acrobat, he is going to be going down here. A little bit of an unfortunate situation, but maybe not jumping that ball there would have been a better idea overall. Because like in this sense as well, right, you could just have Acrobat running towards one of the inner corners and then jump out of the railings, head towards the other side. But it does seem like for our Wildling here, Wildling next chase 50% Cypher Machine. But of course with Lawyer free on the field right now, Lawyer can get that Cypher done really fast. Wildling back on board. But even if Wildling's on board here, it's going to be pretty hard for Wildling to contain an Opera Sticker at the end of the day, so it depends on how fast Cordy can get her Cypher Machine done. Then no attack recovery, and Wildling, oh, it's going to be a charge attack, get down. Okay, let's see here. Yonata, 82% Cypher Machine, and it does seem like a Cordy will be pushed back here a little bit, but we're gonna be TP back. TP back didn't really work out well because we did leave one by the Wildling, so that's a bit unfortunate. So I guess in this sense, tie's gonna be guaranteed because first officer pulling away here, very good decision made. But there's 2 Cypher Machines currently at 40% plus, so. Even with that in mind, if the Hunter really wants a win here, he needs to be able to slug someone endgame. That's going to be the plan here. You're going to have to stall for teleport to come out, and you want to slug someone endgame. Now, slugging Wildling is a possibility, but it's not the best possibility. We do see that Cordy's on the back right now, and if Cordy's on the back, that means we want to get Cordy down in order for Wildling to use self-heal. So there comes up Wildling self-heal. We're going to be able to TP back here immediately looking for the Lawyer, but even with Lawyer's side, as long as Survivor here just keeps pulling distance and healing, that's all what they need to do. Lawyer's at max health. Lawyer isn't afraid of containing against an opera singer, especially with the fact that Lawyer doesn't get terror shock, so it doesn't really matter to Lawyer whether or not you get the hit when he's vaulting over or not. He's just gonna vault regardless. Then that's gonna be a Windows speed boost utilized there by no, that's not a Windows speed boost. No, now it is, I guess. But getting stuck a little bit there on Opera Singer's side. It's actually a bit unfortunate in this area as well. But for Lawyer's side, it is what it is. It is what it is here. We're going to be able to get Cordy max healed as well. And they're basically at the last Cypher Machine here. 85% Cypher Machine. Now, you could potentially say Cordy goes to decode and Wildling comes into rescue. But since there's 2 Cypher Machine at 50, and Opera Singer is sharing a bit further away from the original Cypher Machine that we want to prevent them from decoding, it seems like it'll be a whole different scenario right now. But the only issue here is Wildling got on board. Okay, never mind. We're going to change targets for Cordy here immediately. For Cordy with the Windows speed boost is going to be able to pull away. That's why you need to run Windows speed boost on Cordy, especially against Opera Singer. Because if you didn't have that and you have Tiding instead, it would have been really bad. But anyways, we are going to be able to get the Lawyer rescue right here. It's a little bit unfortunate that we didn't get an early hit just after we teleported. But I guess, it's going to be a huge mind game here from Idashi's side as well. He did miss teleportation, but because of this, we still have to stall time for teleport. Now what matters is how long do we have before teleport is up, or how long do we have until survivors can actually prime that Cypher Machine. For a Lawyer right now, I feel like Lawyer could potentially just go and decode, but they're gonna go healing instead. Now the reason why I suggest is to go to decode is because Wildling is at max presence. Wildling is at max health anyways, and you're going to decide to heal the Lawyer. Lawyer will be prevented by the Opera Singer for him to go to decode though, and we know where Lawyer is going to run towards to. Right, we know where Lawyer is going to run towards to, so it doesn't really matter in this sense as well. But with that failed dash, it basically takes everything back to 0 right now. Okay, we're going to go out to look for the Lawyer. There's a Cypher Machine at 50, a Cypher Machine at 70. Looking for Lawyer here, it'll be a little bit faster than you expected, honestly. But even with this on mind, it really just depends. We do see Wildling got the rescue on Cordy, but also at the same time, we are looking at the nearby Cypher Machines. Idashi here is a little bit confused because he knows himself that they can't get the Cypher Machine done on time. But also at the same time, he's going out to look around, and Lawyer isn't even out of hours. It could also be because of the fact that Lawyers are wearing clothing that really blends in towards the background. Oh, we didn't get the dash there, a little bit unfortunate. But also at the same time, you're going to have a Wildling there who's going to be decoding that 73% Cypher Machine. It's a Wildling that's decoding it right now, not a Cordy, not a Lawyer. So in this sense, right, you're going to be going out to look for the nearby survivors that are decoding it. It's the Wildling that's doing the job, and Cordy and Lawyer will be looking out for each other to heal. But even in this sense, if Cordy gets chased immediately, it doesn't matter. Either she's gonna have to TP back here immediately to get the shadow form refreshed. It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard here for the Hunter to be able to get any more, especially with the fact that survivors are doing a really good job here in preventing as much as possible. That is going to be a pallet down there. Very nice mind game there by Yonata. But even with Yonata's side, there's only so much a Cordy can do. No, never mind. It's a Windows people who's going to get the teleportation on towards Wildling there. Once again, Wildling getting on board, but it doesn't really matter in this case scenario as well, because if the Hunter decides to change targets here immediately, it doesn't really matter. 70%, well, yeah, 70% on Lawyer's Cypher Machine, okay. 70% on Lawyer Cypher Machines. We have all survivors at half health right now, but the only issue here is Cordy and Wildling are near each other. There's a pallet here that has not been destroyed yet. That's the biggest issue. That pallet would be the biggest. It would be the biggest reason why Opera Singer wouldn't be able to get a win here, simply because of the fact that all survivors are going to be able to take that window speed boost and pull even further distances away, which is why I would prefer to break the pallets. But it seems like for now, Jonathan's going to be going towards the corner. Okay, okay, wow. You're kiting a little bit longer than I thought. I don't think it should happen, but aside from machine is currently primed. That's the good news. We need Whiting to come into rescue though. If Whiting gets a double down scenario here, it will be really bad. Really bad. So we're gonna have to be very careful here on how we do things. Now preferably we would like to get a rescue without going down. Okay, well, I mean that probably wouldn't happen anytime soon, but we're gonna be able to see Whiting on board here immediately. But it's detention Opera, so Whiting is woohoo! You're kiting way too long for my comfort. Way too long, my friend. We're gonna be cherry Whiting here, okay. Yorataz at the other side of the map right now, but even if he gets that exit open, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We've teleportation, unless either she teleports wrong. Then fair enough. But I feel like for our Cordy here, it should have been your first choice should have been running towards the tram and taking the tram to maybe third stop if the light has been switched. But for now, let's congratulate the 3-man elimination here by Idashi. Moving on. Okay, moving on to our second half. We're gonna have Tsubachi coming out as Dream Witch, where this Dream Witch is to counter the flywheels. That's what this Dream Witch is for us, which is why it's really nice to have a Dream Witch and an Opera Singer at the end of the day here. So we are going to have to see how well this goes for the survivor side, but Batoru here as patient at 4th stop. We're gonna have Lori in 2 story, first officer at bridge, and of course coordinator here at 1st stop here. Once again, it really is just with the fact that do they have flywheel? They probably don't, which is the issue here. So chasing after Lori first would be priority here, especially for Dream Witch. Chasing the lawyer is going to be huge priority. Simply because of the fact that, especially against lawyer with no items to contain with, two patrollers dog is going to be more than enough for you to, you know, be able to get that lawyer down. But of course, as we did see in Kowa 6 last year as well, there was a Southeast Asia team that used lawyer very well to contain and Dream Witch, so we're gonna have to see how this lawyer still fares in the JP side of all things. But anyways, we're gonna have Mind here going straight towards, gonna go straight outside because we spawn just at the general area here. But for Dream Witch being able to catch up really fast here is a very good thing, very good thing. We're gonna be able to get a leech here, thankfully. And with the leech on Mind, it does seem like it'll be more of a sandwich scenario here for our survivors. Now we are going to be pulling lawyer's main leech away just so it comes back as fast as it can. But we're just waiting here. for patroller to be coming out as well, so we can get a normal hit as well on our main leech. Now main leech side, that's going to be the pallet down. That's no problem though. We're going to be breaking the pallets first and foremost. But of course with that bite, it's going to be a registered hit straight towards the lawyer. Now lawyer not running towards 2-story, which is fair enough, but even with that on mind, we have Dream Witch's main dog ready here as well. So unless there is, oh no, there is tram here. Okay, so they got everything sorted out for Endgame. It does seem they did have everything sorted out for Endgame right now. Okay then, that's no problem though. Lawyer going straight towards third stop right now. We do see that Corey's also rotating away, but Dream Witch with a patroller could be deployed right here immediately. Patroller could 100% be deployed the moment that your leech is close enough towards this general area. But it seems like we are going to be able to get a bite here anyways. And on lawyer's side, he's not going to be able to contain for any longer. That's going to be the second bite, and that's going to be the lawyer going down here immediately. Now 2.5 cipher machines, not bad against Dream Witch, but it's also not the best considering the fact that she has another leech ready as well to go for the rescuer. So we are going to be able to see quite a little bit of map control here from Dream Witch's side. Now on that side note, we do see the footprint. We do know where first officer is. We also do have a patroller's dog if we want to hit first officer. But on that side note, since first officer is in hypnosis state, I guess it's going to be hard to leech here at the end of the day. Now then, with that on mind, we're going to be pulling our leech straight towards middle here. But it seems like we're going to be leeching on towards Tiger. Okay, leeching on towards Tiger here is fine, because there is nowhere for Mime to contain anymore. Now, Mime could potentially force his own leech, I guess, but no, it seems like Taiga is going to be able to break that pallet, so we don't get a vault over there. but at least we still do get a sandwich situation here, which isn't too bad at the end of the day. Now, with that on mind, it seems like we are going to be blinking out here. Now, blink has been used, but they still haven't touched the last 2 cipher machines. Now, of course, Subachi doesn't know this, Dreamwitch doesn't know this, but if Dreamwitch realizes the moment she walks towards the cipher machines that they haven't been decoding the last 2, Dreamwitch is going to be smiling, because this is a 4-man elimination right here for Dreamwitch, especially with the fact that the gun was used a bit early. We could blink it here. Yeah, we could blink it here, and it's gonna be a failed rescue. Ooh, it did a failed rescue, but it's a double down. Okay, it's still a double down, which is fine. It's still a double down, which is fine. But there's a first officer at half health. There is a lawyer here who won't be able to contain any longer because of the fact that there's no pallets dropped down for lawyer to use. And of course, even if you do get that out, even if you do get the leech out, it doesn't really matter because your main leech is gonna come back to. Never mind, you can just leech. Okay, you can just leech, and Dreamwitch can pull distance away from this area. Okay, that's fine. I guess that's fine. You shouldn't be too much in a hurry to look for. You shouldn't be in too much of a hurry to look for a Cordy or anyone else right now. What matters here is to get lawyer down. No, sorry. What matters here is you need to get lawyer chaired, but within a certain time frame as well, because our first officer here does have crows. Not the best thing to see, but he does have crows, that's for sure. So I do think that it's going to be a little bit hard here, especially for first officer to do much. But our Cordy here has used up self-heal. Our first officer here does have crows, and Cordy looking for a chest right now for items. How fast can we get the first officer down is a good question, because we don't have patroller anymore, so I don't think chasing out the first officer here is the smartest choice of it all. Now, if we could find Cordy, great. But it's not the situation right now, is it though? I'm going to be able to get that leech away from this area, so on towards the other side of the map right now. Meanwhile, I guess in this sense as well, you're going to have to look for nearby survivors too, in this sense. We do have the last 3 cipher machines relatively far away from each other. The cipher machine at bridge probably wouldn't be able to be decoded anymore, so no, never mind, there's none at bridge, there's 2 at tent. So in this case scenario, Cordy looking for items endgame, survivors are playing a really long game right now, especially with the fact that patient is someone that has not have any leech on him, max health, and we found the Cordy. Okay, Cordy could be a 4-man, well, 3-man potential here. It's just unfortunate that our Dreamwitch didn't manage to find anyone to... Oh, that's an elbow pad, but that elbow pad didn't go anywhere, so we're going to be able to get the Cordy down here anyway. It's okay, not bad. We should be switching towards Taiga right now. That's the leech on Taiga. If we can blink it here, that would be the most optimal situation. Blink hitting would have been the most optimal situation right here, but it does seem like for our first officer, he is deleeching, but if we can force him out and then use Cordy's leech to force his watch out, that'll be perfect as well. Seems like we're saving blink. I wouldn't save blink here. I wouldn't necessarily say saving blink would have been the best option here. I would go for the failed rescue potential. Oh, never mind, we used the blink there. Okay, so we used the blink there. We know first officer is coming in. It's gonna be a lot of mind game here. It's gonna be a lot of mind game here with the pocket watches. So we're gonna be able to pull that distance, I guess. But even so, first officer does have quite a lot of watches here to utilize anyway, so we're going to be seeing here. We're going to be waiting, 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 we're going to be waiting. It's going to be quite a bit of a mind game here, but of course we did get the hit. But first officer is a potential down, first officer potential down. Okay, we're going to go get first officer down first before looking for coordinator, since it's Cordy's leech nearby. We could blink first officer. Blinking first officer here would have been the best case scenario. Never mind, this is a coordinator. Cordy goes down here immediately. Okay, Cordy goes down here immediately. That's no problem now. We're going to pull the leech out immediately, look for first officer here. 3-man elimination is needed, especially at a time like this, but first officer already pulled such a distance here, and patient was near the exit gate, so in this case it's going to be a tie game. I do think chasing out the first officer there is what lost Dreamwitch the game, because you can't do that. You can't do that. If you have patroller, sure, but you've blinked there, so that's going to be the most crucial point of this game, in which, you know, this 3 survivors left, 2 cipher machines full. Well, it is what it is. Let's move on to our second game 2.